G'day, Russell here from Prime Motion Training. If you're an applicant, no doubt you're keeping your eyes and ears open around issues that might affect Victoria Police as an organisation, things that you might want to stay up to speed with as an applicant if you are applying to join the organisation. You may have spotted recently Victoria Police introduced their new operational response principles, and in this video I want to go into a little bit of detail about that issue. If you're an existing Prime Motion Training member, you may want to have a look in the Recruits training section under the study sessions. The 10 operational safety principles are in that area and we discuss them in detail. Now they're very relevant to what's just been introduced, and I think this new approach to operational response principles is likely to replace the existing 10 operational safety principles that have been around for many years now. And I think it's a really positive thing. It's a much more simple approach and easier for members to be able to stand and understand and to keep in mind. Now the first one talks about service, and in the Police Regulations Act there's some information there about what's expected of members. The organisational values, of course, will outline again what sort of service and what sort of expectations are in place for the organisation's members. The Code of Conduct is important, the Code of Ethics. If you look at the Code of Ethics in detail, it talks about being impartial and acting with integrity and giving excellent service. So all of these things are very relevant to this first principle of service. Now the second one talks about safety, and of course it's huge, and about 12 months ago Victoria Police introduced safety as a new organisational value, and so risk assessments and taking charge of situations in order to mitigate risks involved and the 10 operational safety principles will all be very relevant in regards to maintaining the safest possible environment that we can. Now the third issue was around harm minimization, and this is huge. The ability to reduce danger, reduce injury and any kind of harm to either public, the police or even offenders involved in incidents is really important. But for me a big one is going to be back to those 10 operational safety principles, where the initial approach would usually be to coordinate and manage a particular situation. Now that decision is going to have to be made given the environment that we live in these days, and I discussed the threat of terrorism and active shooters in a previous video. But now that decision to either coordinate and manage or actively engage and try to resolve a situation is going to be really paramount to minimizing harm. And so that sticking point, or that point, that fork in the road, is a big part of harm minimization. So there's going to be some pressure under members which have to operate in very stressful situations. But if we go back to just summarizing the three, we've got service, safety and harm minimization. They're the new operational response principles, and as an applicant it's something that you should be aware of and familiarize yourself with. I hope you found that helpful. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to contact me. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in another video soon. Cheers.